I don't.
Uh,
Cricket, cricket. Yeah, I agree. I don't think a lot of people know where to find these rules. I may forward them to the faction chat, but it's under One State USA faction. You'll see general role setup, and then under community, you'll see police rules. It's a blue book to the left of it. Click that. There's rules 1 through 16 that you guys need to know and understand. Again, like Adrian said, that's why a lot of you guys are getting dismissed because you guys don't know that these are actual rules in PD.
I feel like everybody needs to also understand a few things about macros as well. A slash do is something you're doing. So if you're tasing someone, that is something you are doing that macro needs to go up. That's a slash do. Slash me is something you're saying. So something you're saying, if you want to say it to a suspect, you would throw up a slash me. Slash flobby is a radio chat. That is our blue chat that you see. Any slash do or slash me command should not go in a flobby chat. Only the faction can see that. Nobody else. That's also a radio chat, so it's meant for radio commands. You know, a lot of the commands you see in flobby are radio commands. And slash frag, the gray chat you see,
Couple
that are
couple cadets at the police station waiting for questioning.
only the faction can see that as well.
Sir, why aren't you up here for the faction meeting?
Does all this make sense to you all? So we often see like when you guys give out charges and stuff like that, you guys put it as a slash lobby. Well, only we could see that. We don't need to see their charges. The suspect does. Yeah, Rehan, that should be a slash do.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
That's proper RP right there. That is how proper RP happens on this game. Is through the correct macro usage.
I thought charges were on me.
Yeah, charges are a slash me. What I was saying is that we see them in Flobby a lot when they belong in a slash me, so the suspect could see them. The suspect has to know what they're being charged with. That is also a PD rule. Don't ask me which one. I forgot.
So is it up to the suspects to know what the charges are? Like if you say you're being charged with a 1.7 and a 3.2, is it up to them to know what a 1.7 and 3.2 is, or do we have to explain that to them?
So if you let them know the charges, personally, I like to tell them. I say 1.7. You were in a green zone for too long. 3.4, you a bad driving dog. I let them know what they are, but if you at least let them know what their charge is, you have to do that. That is mandatory.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, do we have to verbally explain what the charges are? Like, so if I put up okay in the macros and I tell them verbally, you're being charged with a 1.7 to 3.2, but they say I don't know what that is. You're not telling me what I'm being charged for. I don't know what that is. What's the 1.7? What's the 3.2? Do we have to tell them what that is, like what those charges are,
Yes,
or do
if
we not
they're
have to tell them?
asking you, if they're asking questions about it, yes, sir. Definitely take the time to explain it to them.
Right. So I have the same thing. Like mine's is pretty much the same as yours, right? So I have all the charges like this, but as I'm doing it like this, I've been told that that takes too much time to not do that. Like that's overdoing it. So that's my question.
Well, really, the charges, first of all, they serve two purposes. So say like I think it was Aiden that just threw that up. So he put Adrian Gray 1.7 3.2. That's for your mugshot. We got a mugshot and a body cam forum on Discord. They're two separate things. That is for your mugshot to see all the charges they have in that mugshot. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah, I'm understanding that part, but I'm just saying, like, to clarify, because even if they don't ask me, this is what I would put up. I would tell them their charges first, and then I would put the slash me and actually get the mugshot. But I would throw those macros up so they know what the charges that they're being charged with. But I was told not to do that because that was taking too much time, and they're complaining. Oh, you don't know how to do your job. You this, you that. Oh, this is taking too long, and then they log out.
If you want to be thorough and explain that to them, I don't think we can fault you for that. I don't see any wrongdoing with trying to explain their charges. If whatever they're
Nope.
doing, I feel like throwing up a macro and showing them the charge itself is easier than explaining it sometimes. So I personally, unless Adrian and Yaz do, they, if they want to know their charges, if you want to explain their charges like that, then I don't see an issue with it.
I always tell them what they're charged with. I thought that was mandatory.
The other thing that people need to understand, there's no time limit to arrest. Obviously, if you take someone, arrest them, and then you drive them around the city, well, that wouldn't be proper RP. If you take them to PD and you're maybe taking 5 to 10 minutes on an arrest, well, like you said, if they log out, that's abuse one. You're doing the proper protocol. So
On
what's
any
wrong?
part, yeah, sorry, Gildo, on any part of the arrest, you guys, that is abuse one. Write a green ticket. Again, if green tickets are full, NRP Bubbles said to make it a red ticket. So keep making those tickets. Keep making those tickets until they're banned out of their mind and they can't take it anymore. That we're trying to get those people off this type of server, so they can properly role play, because they're not. They're logging out because they're getting away with it. You guys aren't putting in green tickets. If you need help putting in a green ticket, please hit me up. Matter of fact, I'll put it in faction chat. But put in a green ticket. If green tickets are full, again, put in a red ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever's telling you to hurry up with an arrest, they're just trying to get over with it. So take your time. If you got to take your time, if you want to have your macros explaining what they're being arrested for, you are helping them whether they realize it or not. They can't ask any questions after.
No, it was an officer that told me that. It was a higher up, but it's all good.
Adrian, do you see any issue with that? Them having the charges explained in their macros, like Dwayne was throwing up earlier?
You know, the only thing I think with that is that you're gonna have to scroll down individually, take multiple mug shots instead of just having them all in one.
No, that's just to tell them what they be in charge with. If they need like further clarification on what the charges are, but as far as the mugshot goes, just do the slash me and give them the charges.
I get it. I mean, they're gonna be sitting in jail. They could go through the book themselves, I think. But
Right. So
you know,
I wouldn't.
I,
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
I was saying that's just my opinion. You know, I'm like that.
Right. So we can't get in trouble for that, right? That's just like the big thing that I want to know. If they ask for clarification and you like are is it our job to tell them or they should already know what a 1.7 and 3.2 is? I don't have to tell you because you should already know. Just how I know.
They should. They should, but they don't. But you could educate them. Some people say, "Thank you, I didn't know about that." Some people are like, "I don't care. Hurry up, put me in jail. Hurry up. What's taking you so long?"
Right. So they can't put in a green ticket and be like, oh, well, I don't know what a 3.73, well, I don't know what this is. You ain't tell me. You supposed to tell me. I'm putting in the green ticket.
Can I just chime in real quick? I feel like we avoid that by when we automatically letting them know what we pulling them over for. Like if they already know what we pulling them over for, then the charges they would then understand what a 1.1 or a 3.2 is.
So a lot of people that don't know the violations, I'll be real, they really don't even know where the rules of the server are. So if putting the charges in the mugshot, it shows them what charges they're getting. It is common courtesy to let them know that's what they're being charged for and what they did wrong, even if they don't want to listen. To be perfectly clear, you do
Yes,
have
that's what I want to know, Gildo.
you do have to explain the arrest, especially if they ask. Like, then you may need to explain it more. But that's what the mugshot is for, so you explain the arrest. I usually put the violations on them. I throw up their mugshot, and then as I'm walking them to jail, I let them know exactly why they're being arrested.
All right.
So that is not an admin rule. That is absolutely right. Any more questions?
I got one.
What's up?
Uh,
little off topic, but do we need to request a break to go to an admin event?
So, from what I've learned, admin events are NRP. You in the chat to that you may be going. That would be like the decent thing to do, but they're NRP, so you can attend any admin event you want.
Yeah, just say like heading to admin event in Flobby.
Yep,
Yeah,
just like that.
awesome. Thank you.
Hmm.
I have a question. Exactly. All right. So when you don't have a vested officer with you to go on patrol, are we able to? Are we allowed to have at least 2 badge officers with us? Because I was told that, but I just wanted to make sure that's clear before.
This comes out quite a bit. If there's absolutely no higher up, like a vested or a full compound, yes, you are allowed to take another badge.
Okay. Thank you.
And I just want to reiterate, you guys, if you're not, I don't know where my charges go. You have the little book. Go to rules. Go to violations. It gives you your list of felonies. It gives you your list of infractions. It gives you your list of misdemeanors. So there should be no excuse that, oh, I accidentally put this charge in the wrong place. So I want to make that clear.
Adrian, you want to do a little demonstration right here? This is kind of gonna be a quick quiz. Adrian, can you stand up, please?
Sorry, I was
here.
making a training for correct macro
That's,
usage against PD rules.
that's fine. You're gonna be the cop in this situation, Adrian. I'm gonna be a gang member. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, bitch? What is Adrian? Someone raise their hand and tell me what Adrian should do in this situation.
I
Shoot
know
him.
you lying.
Nobody taking my catchphrase.
For a public servant.
So
Okay.
just because he's
Shoot him.
guys, just because he's running in circles around me, does that require a taser? Yes or no?
No.
Let's say if I'm running over here, do you have to? If I'm running away from him, does that then require a taser?
No.
No.
Now, say I'm stopping and toying with him and doing this. Should I throw my taser up macro before I use the taser or after?
Before.
Exactly, because you have an opportunity to use that macro before you have to tase.
But because he's like running in circles around me, so like that happened earlier. If they're running in circles around you, you don't have to use the taser. Just see how close they are to you, and then all you have to really do
Just throw them in cuffs.
Exactly. Bingo.
The only thing that stops your cuffs is your movement. So say if he took a step while that countdown was happening, then it would stop the cuffs. His
Yes,
movement.
that's the only sucky part about this. So now that I have him cuffed, what I could do, all right, is throw up this macro.
Taser.
All right, Mr. Gildo, you are being placed in handcuffs for your being detained for the purpose of my investigation. I'm going to go ahead and request your state ID. Please provide that to me.
Ew.
That is coughed in your mouth.
Ew.
What charge is that?
That's a 1.12.
Disorderly.
1.12.
All right, hold the mic.
3.2.
So I just requested his state ID, so he refused it. So I'm going to ask him for a second time. You always have to ask for ID a second time. All right, sir. I'm going to ask you one last time for your ID. Please provide me your state ID. Otherwise, it's an arrestable offense.
No.
All right, so you refused it for a second time. All right. So now what I'm going to do is throw up the macros with his Miranda rights and suspect in custody.